Hello and welcome back to another episode of HR Nightmares, where we talk about HR nightmare stories from the perspective of an expert who has common sense. Let's jump into this. Occurred in a history museum dealing in famous people with American history, and one of the senior guys was an expert on Alexander Hamilton. Gradually, over the course of some years, it became very clear that he started believing he was Alexander Hamilton, either literally or reincarnated or possessed. We have no idea. His emails only used words and phrases that appeared in Hamilton's writing, which made for high hilarity when people wanted to talk about it or have an interactive experience. And when people insulted him slash Hamilton, he would start calling them 18th century names and get pissed that they were impeding on Hamilton's honor. He started getting angry at the other museum guys if they tried to put wrong things in a Hamilton exhibit that didn't belong or didn't suit his narrative of Hamilton. He eventually challenged another employee to a duel because he was angry at the verbiage on a sign explaining an exhibit item, and they had to call the police to have him escorted off the premises and get a restraining order. It was absolutely insane. Mental health is real. I'm not sure how long they let this go on. But when he started emailing in the spirit of Alexander Hamilton, we should have called the professionals or at least called his family to check in. We need a wellness check to be done. I'm going to assume that this person was incapable of continuing to work in the capacity that they were in before, due to the fact that they were in a psychiatric hold. However, I think some intervention probably should have been done here. And if he worked long enough, probably would have offered him some form of FMLA or whatever leave that we have available at the museum. This is actually a pretty sad story. What would you have done in the comments? Let me know.